Ja Morant is that guy.
Yeah, but
they got dudes on their team, and right now, I mean, even though there's only 2.5, 3 games separating, so many spaces in the Western Conference, the Grizzlies are top 3.
We're trying to hit a moving target, Key. So these things are in flux. And yes, you're right. If the Grizzlies never make it,
you trying to hit a moving target, you a bad shot.
But if the Grizzlies never make it and then fall apart, we'll look back and say, it never got there. But you got to also look at the trends. Jay, do you believe, yes or no, the Grizzlies will get by the Warriors this year or next?
I'm not sure.
So you know who? So you know what this reminds me of, Jay? And you better at this than I am in this space for sure. OKC, they're coming. They arrive. They coming. Oh, they got the young gun. Look at these dudes. They get to the championship. They can't get it done. That's what it reminds me of.
It could be. I mean, OKC, it could be. They made a finals, but it could be that, and they very nearly made it. You want to hear Steph on the ejection? Sure. That's a pretty big thing, too, Jay. Like, you're right. There are these little things that are happening that you sprinkle it in that are.
Oh, you can tell it's a meaningful game for Golden State.
This is Steph on getting ejected after the game.
Yeah, it was, crucial time in the game, and the way that our season has gone, there's questions about the heightened sense of urgency of every detail matters, and when you want something really bad, like just getting a win, and then fourth quarter execution, clutch time type situation, all that stuff does matter. So I reacted in a way that obviously put myself out of the game and put the team in a tough place, but the intentions and the energy around what matters and the sense of winning, that's what it's about. Thankfully, we all responded, or my teammates responded extremely well.
So he got rejected. He got ejected for throwing his mouthpiece into the stands, which is a rule, which is understood. But the reason why he was frustrated, a meaningful shot that he was open, and Stephen Curry is one of the. This dude is spiteful, man. And that's what I love about him. Everybody thinks he's the cookie cutter, just the Family Guy key, which he is all that, right? But that dude has a brain like an elephant, and he remembers all the things that have been said throughout the course of this rivalry. So for him, wanting the ball in that moment goes to show you how Steph sees this series between him and the Memphis Grizzlies.
Can I throw another one?
He was open. but Poole, it looked like a good shot. Right, it just didn't fall. But Jay, let me ask you this on the ejection: Did he make it in the stands, or it went in the stands?
Went towards,
So let me throw another one in here. Steph, at the end of this past season, when he won Finals MVP, for the first time in NBA history, you could say that dude is, when all was said and done, after the finals, everything you say, that's the best player in the world. You could make a credible argument he was the best player in the world. No one's 6'3". You could talk AI, but he was really never actually perceived as that's the best player in the world over, say, Shaq or Kobe or someone like that. Steph, you could make the argument last year. Ja might be the next dude to do it. Like, he's another guy, like, around that size who credibly one day in the not-too-distant future we may be looking at and saying, it's the face of the NBA. It's the best player in the world. And those are the two guys who are the best players on each team. It just seems to me, you're saying this is or isn't a rivalry at the moment, Jay?
I'm saying it's the best matchup in the NBA, but it's not a rivalry until one side starts winning and beating the other side.
So there is no rivalry in the NBA at the moment? None.
It's the best matchup, but that's different than a rivalry.
This is the best chance to be one?
Yes.
No Brooklyn, no Boston?
Brooklyn and Boston, or are you talking about Brooklyn and the 76ers?
Either.
No, I said Brooklyn, Boston.
Boston's kind of like... to me, Boston's the best, most complete team in basketball.
No. I'm talking about the rivalry thing. It's not that.
I didn't really see that. There's red threads that you can carry through. Kyrie used to be in Boston. He used to be around Jason Tatum.
New York, Boston.
But I don't really see that one as much.
What if the Nets get by the Celtics in the playoffs?
The 76ers to me.
What about Boston? Philly?
I don't really know if Boston has a rival. Maybe
Boston,
the Bucks.
Philly, maybe?
Maybe the Bucks. Has a chance to be that if we saw more of it in the playoffs.
In a bigger sense, it's the Lakers. But at the moment, you look in the East, I would say, depending on what happens in the playoffs, we'll see.
They see each other.
I think that's Brooklyn
2
76ers.
times a year. And
Brooklyn 76ers is that rivalry.
I'm trying to think. If anything.
What is the best? Okay, how about this?
Boston Celtics, Miami Heat.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.